The future doesn't always arrive with a huge announcement. Sometimes it just lands. In this explainer, we're going to tell you a story about how one person's completely ordinary day got interrupted by a glimpse of an incredible future, and it sparked a realization about a whole new economy that's about to be born, well, up in space. So our story begins right here, not in some sterile mission control room or a high-tech lab, but on the familiar, sun-baked streets of Texas, just a little way into the future. It's a place that looks and feels a lot like today. And this is Hannah. She's just going about her day, totally normal stuff, but she's about to see something that's going to completely change how she sees the world and honestly her own place in it.
All right, so let's get right to that moment, that single spark that sets off this incredible chain of new ideas.
So picture this. Hannah's on a bike ride, and she glances up at this massive digital billboard in the city. And what she sees is a towering SpaceX Starship literally falling out of the sky with fire and smoke. And then it just nails a perfect landing. This thing, a reusable rocket, is back from the edge of space, and it's just standing there, ready to go again. I mean, she has to pull over. She finds a park bench and just sits there, trying to wrap her head around what she just saw. And that's when it hits her. This wasn't just some successful test flight. This was the future, actually arriving right on time. And this is the big question that starts bubbling up in her mind. And it's the same question we're going to explore right now. Because the answer, you see, isn't just about cool rockets. It's about the blueprint for a whole new way of doing business, a whole new economy. So yeah, that one landing, it's not the end of the story. It's the key. It's what unlocks the door to building a completely new kind of infrastructure, but for the cosmos. So there's a pretty clear path forward here. It all starts with step one, getting reliable, cheap access to orbit. That's exactly what that Starship landing is all about. Once you have that locked down, then you can really start on step two, building out an industrial base on the moon. And from there, well, step three, a real gateway to Mars suddenly becomes a real possibility. And this is how we need to start thinking about the moon. It's not just a place for planting flags anymore. It's going to become this vital logistics hub, kind of like a cosmic shipyard or a pit stop where we can build, fix, and refuel the ships we're going to send deeper into space, to places like Mars. But look, this new infrastructure, it's not just physical stuff. It's digital, too. We need to imagine satellites that do way more than just GPS. Think of them as floating, solar-powered data centers, constantly processing and sending massive amounts of information. It's the cloud, but literally in the clouds. So once you have all this in place, the rockets, the moon base, the data centers in orbit, what do you get? You get an economy, a real, working, value-creating economy that operates beyond planet Earth. If you look at history, anytime a new frontier is opened, there's an absolute explosion of economic activity. I mean, think about the gold rushes, the discovery of oil, the birth of the internet. This is the next one. Only this time, the valuable resources aren't gold and oil. They're minerals from asteroids, water from the moon, and the incredible value of data generated in space. And these are the pillars that whole new economy is going to be built on. We're talking about mining asteroids for precious metals, making things in zero-G that are physically impossible to make down here, setting up interplanetary shipping lanes, even grabbing solar energy in space and beaming it down to Earth. Seriously, each one of these could be a multi-trillion-dollar industry all on its own. But here's the really important part. How does this huge, galaxy-spanning vision actually connect back to a single person on a park bench in Texas? How does it become real for someone like Hannah? And that's her aha moment. As all these huge ideas are swirling around, a really practical thought just clicks into place. She remembers reading that SpaceX, the company that actually built that rocket, is expected to go public with an IPO pretty soon. And all of a sudden, this abstract future has a concrete entry point. It has a stock ticker. This timeline really lays it out perfectly. The Starship landing, that's the spark. That's the tech breakthrough. The potential IPO, well, that's the financial opportunity, the door opening up. And the whole space economy maturing over the next decade, that's the long-term potential for growth. So she goes home. And those big ideas are still spinning, but now they have a focus. It's not just a passing thought anymore. It's a real plan. She opens her laptop and she starts researching, not just for one company, but for ways to invest in the entire emerging space ecosystem. And that's where we leave Hannah's story. It started with her just seeing the future arrive on a screen. And it ended with her deciding to be a part of it. The groundwork for this whole new era, both technologically and economically, is being laid right now, as we speak. Which really leaves all of us with the same question she had to answer for herself. How will you be a part of it?